Hello everybody and welcome to your scouting report on SoundersFC.com. I'm Arlo White. Now, next up for the Seattle Sounders, our old foes, the Houston Dynamo, now of the Eastern Conference. Now, Houston came out on top in 2009 in the playoffs, but in all games in Major League Soccer at Qwest Field, Seattle unbeaten with a 2-0-1 record. Now, neither team has scored a goal so far this season in 3 attempts, so something's got to give. Now, the Houston Dynamo started their season opener, a 1-0 defeat to the Philadelphia Union at home last week, without their established strike force of Brian Ching and Cam Weaver. Instead, they went with Jason Gary and with rookie Will Bruin. Now, we know from recent experience that the Houston Dynamo, when they get good service in from the flanks, they have big guys in the centre to take advantage. Week 30 last season, you'll remember this, the Sounders had a first half lead thanks to a blockbuster goal from James Riley, but back came Houston. They'd already equalised, and look at this for a tantalising hanging cross into the penalty area. Cam Weaver, 6'4", made it 2-1, and that's how the score stayed. You would have expected similar from Houston against the Philadelphia Union, but sadly they were sort of lacking in this area. Let's take a look at some of the moves put in. Jeff Cameron and Brad Davis are two major players for this Houston Dynamo. Here is Davis now. He's got Haynote on the overlap on the left-hand side. He goes alone, very skillful player, wonderful left foot, still going here. Nice check by Haynote here. Nothing doing in the box, so he rolls it back to Jeff Cameron. Now, in this situation, Houston are normally deadly. There'd be no question that Cameron would place the ball in the box with a Ching or with a Weaver to aim for. Look what happens here, though, as we roll it on, and we'll pause it just there. Now, normally you'd really fancy Houston and Jeff Cameron to put the ball into the danger zone there, but look at what's happening here. We'll play it on for a couple of seconds and pause it again. You've got Bruin, you've got Gary. They're sort of lollygagging out to the edge of the penalty area. No one's spinning away. No one is demanding the ball in this situation. They're very passive. So Cameron has to go out to the right-hand side, and what was a promising attack sort of fizzles out. Freeman plays it down the line. Nothing comes of it. They need more assertiveness from their centre forwards to work the centre backs. Let's have a look at the next move here. Cameron's on the ball again. Very, very good player. We'll talk more about him in a few moments' time. And we'll pause it just there. Now, one of these guys, Gary's made a nice run to the near post here. At least it's taken one of the centre backs out. And Gary has gone in to this position here. On this occasion, Cameron decides not to lob the ball in, but they retain possession. They're a patient team. Let's play it on and see how Houston create another opportunity. Back to Lovell Palmer, the defensive midfielder who acts as a real fulcrum for this team. We've got Freeman, a good player at right back. Cameron's there again, still up there in possession. They go wide on the left-hand side. Now here's the danger man Davis. We'll pause it there. That's a super ball in. Too much space afforded to him by Shannon Williams, the fullback. James Riley won't be given him that much room. But this time, look at these two guys coming in here. They're too far back. Although there was a bit of nice movement earlier in this move, they allowed Danny Califf to get a header away. We'll play it on. Califf, very good central defender, should have been put under more pressure there because that is a quality centre from Brad Davis. Brian Ching should be back for the game at Qwest Field. He said this week after training that his hamstring's going to be fine for the weekend. They need more assertiveness, more size and more physical presence at centre forward. Most of Houston's best work in terms of creativity going forward comes between Jeff Cameron, central midfielder, and Brad Davis, who plays wide on the left-hand side. They really work well in tandem. Let's take a look at some examples from the Week 1 game against Philadelphia. Andrew Haynote, the Canadian here, to Brad Davis. We'll pause it just there. Look at that. Flicks it inside, knows exactly where his mate Jeff Cameron is, and we'll play it on for a couple of seconds. We'll pause it again. Lovely movement. Two things happen here. That move there has attracted Williams, Shannon Williams, the right back, in towards the ball. Brad Davis knows exactly what he's doing, stays tight to the touchline, moves himself down the line here, and eventually Cameron gets the ball out from under his feet. And look at this. We'll play it on. Lovely ball through to Brad Davis. In the end, the move comes to nothing. It's a good delivery by Davis into the near post and a chance there, perhaps, some good defending. But that's what the Sounders have to be aware of, this link-up and this play between Cameron and Davis. Cameron will always look left first before he looks right. Let's take a look at another example here. Second half, Cameron picks the ball up in the centre circle here. We'll pause it just here. He strides forward with those long Patrick Vieira-like legs and becomes a real nuisance here and a menace for Philadelphia. We'll play it on a little bit more. His mate Brad Davis is wide on the left-hand side, and coming up is the miss of the season so far. Pause it just there. Look at this for a situation for Dominic Aduro on as a substitute for one of those two strikers we talked about earlier. Play it on. Look how far over that goes with the goal gaping. 4 days later, Dominic Iduro had been traded to the Chicago Fire. There's no question that these two are the main engine room of the creativity offered by the Houston Dynamo. And as I mentioned before, James Riley will not give Brad Davis the same amount of room to work in as Shannon Williams did for the Philadelphia Union. Bobby Boswell was MLS Defender of the Year in 2006, but who's going to play alongside him at Quest Field on Friday night? Jermaine Taylor, the Jamaican, is on international duty. Dominic Kinnear has a couple of options. Does he move Andrew Hainaut, the Canadian, in from left back to centre back? Does he put Mike Chabala in there? Or does he start Eddie Robinson, who actually has some recent bad memories of Quest Field and of Freddie Montero?
Montero battling with Robinson here. Good strength from Montero. He's through. Freddie Montero! Goal! Seattle Sounders. Freddie Montero is on fire.
That was a great moment from last year, wasn't it? A 2-0 victory for the Sounders. Now back to this season. Boswell had some uncharacteristically poor moments in the season opener. Put it down to early season rust because he's a very good defender. This is early on in the game. Shannon Williams has got a very good throw on him, as Bobby Boswell soon finds out. We'll pause it just there. Sebastian Letou, former Seattle Sounder, has drifted in behind Boswell here. Boswell confident that he can head clear. He's a big man, a centre-half commanding in the air. But as we play it on, it soon becomes obvious that he's miscontrolled it and misread the situation. Letou off the crossbar. Danny Califf manages to put the ball away. That is something that Bobby Boswell said that he will learn from after the game, but it wasn't his only mistake of the match. This is later on in the first half, and we'll pause it just here. Here's Bobby Boswell drifting out to the right-hand side to go and meet the man with the ball here. Meanwhile, Sebastian Letou is peeling away from the right-back, Hunter Freeman. Boswell here is doing the job of the right-back. He should be here somewhere at centre-back, preventing this run from Letou. Let's play it on. It's only the fact that the ball comes through a little bit late, which means Sebastian Letou has just drifted an inch or two offside. Boswell clearly out of position in that situation. Later on in the game, I found this one really interesting. Two bruisers, two bulldogs going at it on the edge of the penalty area, one of which is Califf. He's already scored. Look at this battle on the edge of the area, waiting for a free kick to be delivered. But it's a battle that Califf has won here. We'll pause it. He's got goal side of Bobby Boswell on that situation, and Boswell doesn't seem too keen to wrestle control back of the situation and get back defending his goal. We'll roll it on a couple of seconds. Free kick about to come in here. Califf clearly goal side. We'll pause it there. It's a terrible free kick, goes over the bar. It's an attempted shot, I think, from that distance, but we'll roll it on. Had it been a better delivery, Califf dashing towards the 6-yard box there would have been able to put his head on that and maybe put it away. So both sides need a win and both sides need a goal. The game is nationally televised on Fox Soccer. I'll have the call on 97.3 Cairo FM. Matt Johnson and the crew with an extended hour-long post-game show so you can listen on the way home. Hope you've enjoyed the latest scouting report from SoundersFC.com. I'm Arlo White. I'll speak to you soon.